I just wanted to pop on and give a little update. I am currently in the process of working on some new content. I know it's been a little bit. I'm actually sharing a lot of things on the channel. Not only psychological things, experiences, things that I've been through, but I'm also sharing my dog, my lovely pet Chihuahua, and just other things, stuff to do with food, the daily grind, the struggle, just things that I'm into, just all kinds of different things that interest me. And I really just wanted to pop on and say that I don't know about everyone else, but I have experienced an extreme energy shift since I first started the channel. Back a few months ago, I was really going through it, and a lot of other people probably were too. You know, it was a hell of a year with the pandemic happening and getting all of that out of our way last year, and everything, you know, coming to a head at the beginning of this year, and in my own personal life. And for me, it had been going on for quite a few years, long before the pandemic started. And so I felt the shift. There was a lot of talk about the Lionsgate portal on August 8th, and energy shifting and all kinds of good things going on. You know, whether you're into that or whether you're not, the bottom line for me is yes, definitely. Within the last month, I have experienced an extreme energy shift. It's like a cycle was brought to an end, and I really, really felt it. I absolutely did. And there for a while, you know, towards the tail end of the old energies, I felt lethargic, I felt exhausted, I felt mentally drained, emotionally drained, all over the map. I had all kinds of things going on. I moved into a new place and really had to kind of start my life over from scratch. A cycle that started almost 5 years ago with decisions I made about 5 years ago. I had a hell of a 5 years. It went from just basically living a normal life to the depths of hell that people couldn't even imagine. And I will be sharing some of those experiences here on the channel very soon. But I just wanted to pop on and say that. I hope everyone else is doing well. I am feeling great about the changes because I hung on long and hard. And I fought hellacious battles. And I felt like giving up many times, yes. I had to go through hell. And I felt those energies shift very recently, and it was a weird thing because everything really did start falling into alignment. All of the things that I needed to, and when I say I had to start over from scratch, I really mean it. I'm talking at one point, I was homeless, sleeping in my car. I went through hell the last 5 years. And so, yeah. And I just noticed everything just sort of kind of started lining up. My place, people were supportive of me. Little things that had been going wrong, like a bad energy had been chasing me and causing everything in the world to go wrong around me, which you can kind of expect that. When you have a good energy and you're fighting for something, you're pursuing goals, you are of the light, you are working on self, you can kind of expect for bad energies to follow you and try to trip you up and stop you. And that's what it felt like for me for a long time. Like there was a heavy-ass spiritual war going on. Like a lot of it was spiritual. And so, yeah, I had to come through all of that. And so when it finally shifted, it was like these two things going on at once. I knew that was it. There wasn't any going back. There wouldn't be any going back to what was. And I felt it. I resonated with it. Anything I'd been grieving over, upset, undecided on, been stuck with, or stagnant energy, any of those things, I felt all of that go. And I started to see a lot of physical things align. Things that had been bothering me, tripping me up, little bitty things even, like car problems or, you know, figuring out finances. I started to see all of that synchronistically lined up for me. And I really felt deeply within my soul that the universe is on my side. Wink, wink. We've been here the whole time. That's what it felt like. The guardian angels, spirits, protectors, the universe. It really felt like that. Like we've been here the whole time, silly. You just had to have faith in yourself. You had to get through this cycle, whatever it was, for learning purposes, for whatever experience you needed. And that's over now, you know, and I've been waiting on it actually a long number of years, okay? And so I saw that come about, I felt that, and I saw all these great things lining up, and I knew in the back of my head, that's it. This is the way it's going to be from here forth. It is going to stay aligned like that, and it's only going to get better so that I can stay in my purpose, so that I don't have to go back to negativity, toxicity, bad relationships, or problems, people not respecting my boundaries or getting distracted from my path, financial struggles, everything I've been going through for the last few years. I knew that was it. I had 100% complete faith. I don't know if anyone's ever felt a click like that, or I call it the shift, but it happened. And so I knew that, but at the same time, there were still residual energies. Yeah, there's still struggle, man. There's still loose ends to tie up. We're humans, and in this human experience, we are always going to have some struggle, some obstacles. I'm not saying everything's perfect for me and I'm exactly where I want to be right now. No, far from it. But I'm very pleased to say, you know, for a long time, it was like, I don't know, I guess it was me and wishful thinking, me trying my best to be positive. I would come on and I've always done that. Even before YouTube, I did it on Facebook. I would come on and I would put out positive messages of strength and hope and faith and determination, and I would share experiences. I was real about it. If I was sad, I would let it out. If I was mad, I would let it out. It was in the moment, but I always had a sense of power coming with it and not a sense of defeat or victimhood, okay? And so I've always kind of been that way, but back then I wasn't seeing the alignment yet in my personal life, and I wasn't seeing it. I was still deeply within the void, the struggle, even if I was coming on there with powerful and strong messages. That was my way of reinforcing my hope, you know, and I'll always be that way. I don't like to stay in victim mentality or complain a lot. Even if I get off camera and my life is absolute hell and torment, I still don't like to project that. Now, I will be honest about it, and I'll come on and talk about it sometimes, because that too can be inspiring to others. They can relate to that. But they also need to know that there is hope, and that's another reason why I do it, because I will be sharing some of my experiences from the past 5 years and the absolute hell that I had to survive. Everything from homelessness, sleeping in my car, addiction recovery, which I never was an addict until I was almost 40 years old. I was really against that, even though it was in my genetic and my family. I never was. And then it did happen to me, but it happened for a very, very short time. And I'm going to be telling that story and how all that ended up. But a lot of my choices weren't really based on addiction reasons or anything like that. Just other choices, relationship choices, people I let into my life. I, got distracted and overwhelmed, caring for certain people, lost family members, lost 2 family members in a 4-month period back in 2018. Just all kinds of tragic and every obstacle you can imagine being thrown at me. And I literally went from working my way up to being the person I really wanted to be and how I always wanted to live. I went from that person pursuing my dreams and goals and ambitions that I've had all my life to a person that was so far removed from all of that that I didn't think I would ever make it back. It went that low and that hard due to circumstances and choices. And sometimes when that happens to us, it's not because of drugs. It's not because of addiction. It's just life circumstances happen to people. I mean, I've heard stories where people had a medical condition that they couldn't afford and completely went broke trying to pay for that, lost their home, lost everything, and ended up homeless and begging. And I've heard so many different stories after a divorce or a bad relationship, because we invest in those people. All of our time and energy, our money, our resources are wrapped up with another person. We have to be damn careful, because it can happen, okay? And so to wrap this up for today, I'm very pleased to say that after about 5 long years of ungodly amounts of struggle, misery, heartache, sorrow, confusion, chaos, loss, tragedy, literally going to the other end of the spectrum, so far away from the human being that I wanted to be, my goals, my dreams, and not ever thinking that it was possible even for me to make it back. But I did, and I made it through, and it's lining up again, and I'm very pleased to say that. There are, of course, still residual struggles and energies that I am tying up right now, that I'm dealing with right now, but it's nothing like it was. I have complete faith that from here on, I'm going to be able to handle it, and it's going to be okay, and I'm going to be blessed, and I'm going to be able to move on to my real goals, which are not wasting my time on counterproductive situations or relationships, wasting my time and energy on anything like that, or being down in some struggle, fighting for my life constantly. Absolutely not. My real goals, dreams, and hobbies, that's what I want to pursue. To create, to be of service to others in whatever ways that I can, to express myself. I'm a very creative person, and I've missed that. I haven't really gotten to be that over the last few years, because it's very hard to be a creative person when you are fighting for your life. And it got that bad for many years. So, yeah, I'm very pleased to see it all lining up again. And I just wanted to put that hopeful message out and express my gratitude for it. I feel blessed, and I'm very thankful right now. It went that far down for me, but I have a home. I have a little place that I love. It's wonderful. It suits all my needs. I have a car right now. It's not a great car, but I have transportation, and I'm working my way up. I am stable. I am well. And I'm very appreciative of those things. I've been doing a lot of studying, a lot of reading, a lot of research, and I'm working on some new content. So it's all in the works, you guys. And I thank you for watching my videos. I thank you for being a part of my channel. And I just wanted to put that good energy out to everybody and a message of hope. Keep fighting, okay? Don't ever give up on your dreams, your goals. And if you're down at the bottom of that hill and it looks hopeless, it's not. It's not. And I hope all of you guys are feeling some of this good energy since this big shift happened. And I really believe that. A massive shift happened for a lot of us. And we're never going back. We're never going back to those lower level, lower vibrational energies where we were stuck. I'll see you guys soon. Hit like if you like the video, and subscribe. There's more to come. Thank you again for joining me.